Hey guys, welcome in, welcome back. If you know me or if you've looked through my channel, you know I'm an avid wrestling fan. At least I'm an old head, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression era, even before that era, WCW era wrestling fan. If you're a wrestling fan, like me, all you wanted for the last, I don't know how many years, was a great quality, polished, well-made, finished product wrestling game. So here we are. It's another iteration of the WWE wrestling series made by 2K. And we're all hoping, we all have high hopes for these 2K wrestling games. It's like they figure one thing out and then, destroy something else. It's really one step at a time with them. My brother and I, we were talking, and it really need to take like 2 years to make this game. There's so much to it, man. And I feel like they can make a much more quality game if they took the time to. So let's look at the trailer. We have MyRise trailer here. I want to take a look at that. Let's do it, man. I don't mean to move that. Let's do it. Okay, I mean, the graphics always look good.
Shocked the world and surrendered his title.
Shaping up to be the most chaotic SummerSlam week.
The graphics always look good. It's never the issue.
You're only standing there.
Okay, more sweat.
You're just a tenant. I'm the landlord.
So apparently Roman Reigns relinquishes his title, and you're basically the transitional champion, and he comes back to get his title from you. So interesting storyline. The whole MyRise thing.
They said that we were too loud,
MyRise, man.
too proud, and we said
Okay, this is the other storyline you can do.
we weren't asking for your permission.
Looks like a rebel female character. Of course, you're locked into this gimmick already, so you don't get to choose your gimmick anymore. Now you're forced to have this gimmick.
This
Okay, the
is
cinematics are
my
there.
story, and I'm taking it back.
That worry you're not measuring up to your legacy, that you'll never finish the story.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the greatest gift I can offer.
What William
Just don't
Regal
play
model
nice
is
when you get
that?
It's gonna be a wild ride.
Okay.
The
Is that a superhero or something?
and rent.
The physics look great. 2K has definitely mastered the physics. I won't say mastered, but they're moving in the right direction with the physics, man, for sure. So, with this MyRise thing, man, if you've been playing wrestling games as long as I have, all you want is more of an open world feel with the career mode. This whole MyRise thing is almost like the longest yard thing with Madden, how it's all linear, pre-programmed results. Like nothing matters. Like they have to put an emphasis on the results of your matches mattering this year. If that's not there, then I don't really know what the replay value is on this MyRise thing. I know last year I tried my hardest to really just lock in on MyRise and beat MyRise. And it's like you go into this backstage area, you have 3 people in front of you, you turn left, turn middle, turn right, turn middle, turn left, turn middle, turn right. There's pointless conversations. You're like forced to go through your DMs and start stories from your DMs, which is very lazy and very not like 2K when it comes to the depth that they usually put in their games. So I don't know. I think all of us want to get back to that open world feel backstage where you're kind of walking around and creating your own storylines. If 2K can create a Grand Theft Auto where there's countless NPCs, or a 2K where there's a whole city, I'm really confused as to how the resources towards MyRise or career mode are so minimal that we have to just stand and look at somebody that is basically not moving. There's literally no, I don't know, there's no fun between matches. Like it's gone, it's obsolete. Even like the random cutscenes, like maybe you after your match you're walking out from the ring and somebody attacks you as you're walking down the ramp, and it carries over in the backstage into a backstage brawl. You know, I feel like maybe they could take a page from universe mode where you get like a certain actions that you can do and bring those to MyRise where you're interfering in other people's matches and you have a certain amount of action points that you can use for that show. And maybe it's go and beg the general manager for a title shot. Maybe it's start a new rivalry. Maybe it's finish a rivalry. Maybe it's call out somebody. Really, all the actions that they're putting in universe mode, they could put those over into your career mode and give you more freedom to decide how the story goes. The problem that I have is that the selling point for this MyRise is finishing your story, but it's not our story. You know, it looks like we're about to be locked into another gimmick. It's not hard for it to be better than the lock thing that they had going on, but I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking pretty, you know, the storyline, if you can get to it, looks pretty good. The overall storyline. The last time they had a multiple character storyline, it was very good in my opinion. So we'll see how this goes, man. I would really enjoy a career mode that is more of a career mode than a movie theatric cinematic mode. Like, let us have a career, give us more choices of what we can do, take out the voiceover acting, put some depth into it, like, you know, outside of the ring. Maybe Vince McMahon is on your ass and making it hard on you. You know, like maybe you know, I don't know. There's just so much you can do. If you're making this game and you've been a fan of wrestling for 20, 30 years, there's countless things you can do. Now, if you're making this game and you're 20 years old and you've been watching wrestling since Roman Reigns won the belt, there's not much, like, there's not a lot that you are going to think of when it comes to developing a career mode, but there's endless opportunity just looking at the sandbox mode that they call universe mode as far as what they could do with MyRise, and actually having like it be a show, not just like random standing in a room. Like, let it go back to being a show where things happen on every episode in your career mode, and you're making those decisions and talking to people and starting fights. That's what we need to get back to. But at the end of the day, I think it looks good, but you know, we never have that issue. Hopefully it plays good. Hopefully there's a little bit more depth into it and it's not so linear, and they give us some actual power to have a career. At any rate, man, thank y'all for coming through. Holla.